Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to render plans in Photoshop so that you can make an attractive presentation. So for this, I have already made a Autocad drawing. You can have a Revit drawing, anything which needs to be presented. You have to keep it ready, and with that you can definitely make a plan rendering so that you can have an attractive presentation. So what you have to do is first you have to create the canvas of the size which you wanted to show the presentation. Maybe if you have an A4 size presentation, you give an A4 over here, A4 size over here. You can select a preset, or maybe if you want some different size, you can give that also. Now here I'm going to give an A4 pixels, you have to give millimeters for size, and I will give resolution of 300 because that will be the best for print. So I have given create, and it has shown me a canvas area where I can work on. The second step is you have to go to file, and instead of open you have to give embedded link, and you can select the PDF file from which from PDF file from uh, AutoCAD which have just kept it ready. Okay, so AutoCAD file directly doesn't import into Photoshop, neither the Revit file gets imported into Photoshop. So it is important for you to convert the AutoCAD file or Revit file into PDF so that it can be imported into Photoshop. And the option I gave is file place embedded. So here, once you give place embedded, it will come, it will show page, image, 3D, you have to give page. Instead of bounding box, you have to give it as media so that it will fit perfectly onto the Adobe Photoshop canvas. Now, after doing that, you will notice that, just press enter key, you notice that one layer is added. It shows the layer name itself is very similar to the file which you have created, which I have created. At least it is a sample file. There are a lot of mistakes in this. It's just done to show you how things can be done. It doesn't have any objective. It's not a file drawing which any house is going to be built. Okay, so and you will find this small icon here, which means you cannot edit it. You cannot edit it. It is a layer which is not editable because I give file is embedded and selected like this. And came here, instead of bounding box, you are supposed to give media. That is, and this should be page, and just give it. You will have it here. Okay, so once you press enter, it is going to be pasted as a layer. I don't want two, I just have, I need one, and that is it. Now, one good thing you can do is while selecting colors, you can select dark colors in AutoCAD itself, so that it will be seen properly on a wide screen. Now I made a poor, selection of colors. It is all light colors which are not seen so very clearly on a white background. Okay, now after this you create something called layer, new layer. I just clicked, and I'm going to double click there and double click on the text where it says layers. I click here and say wall. I'm going to call this layer wall because I'm going to color this wall, and one by one I'll keep it going. So here what happens is I need to color this wall, which I have not done in Photoshop. If I have done in Photoshop, it would be slightly easier, but it's okay. I'll show this also, how to color a wall, even if it is done. Sorry, if it is not, even if it is not done in AutoCAD. I'm using a polygonal marquee tool. The only thing is I use shift so that it turns only in right angle. So it just goes like this. Right angles only. Okay. So I am done with this. Okay, I've selected this area and I'm going to fill this with foreground color, some color of that which represents the wall. Just click. So there you are. You have filled the color for wall. Not very impressive, but then there are a lot more things to come down. But so I will color this wall. I use M for Mercury tool. Okay, use M for Mercury tool. I adjusted this by, I filled it with G. G is for bucket fill. Just did that. See, I do all this in this wall layer itself. I don't go anywhere. Do this in the wall layer. Okay, so why I did this, there were some open-ended areas here, so I just want to close it. So I did this. You can also use magic wand, W for magic wand, and simply click on sample all layers, and click on contagious, and if you click, it will select. Press G, and there you are. You are filling. Magic wand, W, and G for fill. So this way you can quickly color other areas. See how quickly I'm selecting the wall. Only thing, these two should be on. Contagious, sample all layers, which is very important. Sample all layers, contagious. So I'm selecting using magic wand and pressing G to fill. Control D to deselect. W for magic wand. G for fill. Control D for deselect. So I quickly ended up selecting the areas which I want to be colored as wall. And I've just kept it. I will teach more about what to do wall little later, not now. So I'll create another um, another layer and call it dining. So I'm giving this name dining floor because I want to color this area. Dining, I'm not dining, it's living. Living, want to give this area, I want to select this floor area and give a different color. This a different color, this a different color, this a different. I want to do it like that because I have my own reason. Now I use what do you call polygonal lasso again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select. I'm pressing shift so that it takes a right angle turn. I'm selecting this entire area which belongs to the living. Selecting this and I'm going to color this area with a different color maybe. That's it, done. Now what should I do with this? I will use marquee tool. Okay, and give fill. I'm going to give this a different color. Okay, I'm going to create a layer for that. Study something. Funny is that I don't have an entrance into that room because, as I told you, this is not a plan which is meant to build. It is just a sample it will have some mistakes in planning. Just done quickly to start with the class. Okay, now here is the kitchen. I'll create a new layer for this. I'm not going to use polygonal lasso this time. I'm just going to use marquee tool, which is a very normal tool. Press shift and add another marquee tool here, so that this is done. And I will press shift another marquee tool here. If I feel it is projecting too much, I cut it here. Okay, now I have selected this also. I'll call it kitchen and flooring. Basically, just flooring, not floor. Another color for this. Done. The last is, what do you call this? Store maybe. I've not bathroom maybe. I've not imagined anything. I just have 4 rooms in front of me. Okay. Create a new layer. Call this bathroom. Okay. Sorry. I'm a bit serious about naming things properly, because that will help while you continue to work with the plans. So if you don't name the layer properly, it might be a trouble in later part of the time, and that is why I take it very serious to name the floor. I mean, give another color. So I'm using shortcuts like M for marquee, Shift L for polygonal lasso, G for uh, bucket, fill tool, things like that, so that my work is quickly done. Now I'll come back to the wall itself. I'll double click the wall over here, and just give drop shadow and see what we have. We have a shadow dropped. Looks slightly impressive, not really good, but what I'll do is I'll drag this wall layer on top. Want wall layer to be right on top, so that it will effectively show how the shadow of the wall will fall on the floor. Done. Now what next I have to do is I have to render color, flooring for this, flooring for this, flooring for this. So that is my next step. I'll go to living room floor and double click and say pattern overlay. Now I guess, if for those who don't remember what is a pattern and how do you create it, I'll just do it again. I'll go to open and see if I have any of my downloaded materials here. So you have granite, you have a whole lot of things. Okay, if I want to give this flooring, open this, Control A, which means select all. You see the selection all over here, or you can just use this marquee tool to select this area. Go to edit and say define pattern wooden flooring. Just name it like that. Come to living floor, double click. Here give pattern overlay. Here select wooden flooring. So what actually happens is it will apply the wooden flooring over here. Only thing you have to do is scale it in such a way and move it in such a way it looks like a flooring. You got it? So if you need a bigger flooring, you have to select a bigger pattern, bigger flooring pattern. I've selected a small area and try to cover it with big. So that is what is happening. That is why I see this line as ridges over here. But if you are careful enough in selecting the flooring, like I'll show you, uh, just an example, where are the wooden flooring? Not this, not this, not this. Wooden flooring. Yeah, okay, I'll give, this is a larger area when compared to that. I'll select this, edit, define pattern, wood floor. I'll give big right now. Now, maybe I'll go to the same flooring. I'll go to pattern overlay. Instead of this, I'll select the new one. See, it somehow fits into this area. Okay, you can adjust the size of the scale and things like that. Fairly good for showing flooring. Okay, so this is how you can change this. Okay, the study area, maybe I need to put marble or something else. Uh, just trying to select some flooring. I have this maybe open this, Control A, edit, define pattern, Italian marble off white. Yeah, the name is already there because the file name is. Double click this, pattern overlay. Instead of this, I'll select the Italian marble one. Opacity, let it be scale. Want it to be bigger or smaller, you decide on it and just give OK. So I've shown this area also. Now I'm going to the kitchen floor, and basically I need to show, maybe I'll use this. Not really attractive, but then I'm just trying to teach you something. Go to edit, define pattern. What is it called? Just give the same name. Go to the kitchen, double click,
Yeah.
and give pattern overlay. Instead of that, select this flooring. Scale. I can increase the size of the dots if I want to. And the kitchen flooring is done. Bathroom, maybe I'll have to show some tile or something like that. Open. I'm trying to select tile. Vertified tiles. I already have it. Control A and give edit, define pattern, gray vertical tiles. Come here, back to bathroom floor. Double click and say pattern overlay, and here you have gray vertical tiles. So like I told you, see the size of the tile is too big, so you can reduce them. Okay, so this is one good example how you can control the size. Sometimes you don't have a tile itself, so you would like to have a tile pattern with this, maybe. So what I'll do is I'll use mark Q, press shift, drag like this so that it becomes a rectangle, a perfect square, not a rectangle, perfect square. Edit and give a stroke inside. Give a stroke inside. Don't give a border for that inside. Gray border 20 pixel inside. So this has become too thick. Edit, stroke. I'm just trying to show you how to create a tile itself. Maybe 2 or 3 pixel inside gray. And now give edit, pattern, new tile. This is a new tile itself. So instead of this bathroom tile, I can go to pattern overlay and select this bathroom tile. It's smaller in size, so you will have to scale it up. Okay, but although I personally prefer the previous one, it doesn't look attractive because of the color and things. Okay, so here you can adjust the size, move the tile also correctly to make it look attractive. Things like that can be done. Right? See, I want done it like just like a tile maker. So this is how you render the color. Always your wall layer should be on top so that effectively the shadow of the wall will fall down on these and make it even more attractive. If you see drop shadow, if you increase the opacity of drop shadow, the shadow looks darker and it will look very attractive. Not so much, but you can use this a little bit, not so dark, but then okay. Now here are some correction which I can do now. I don't have a entrance to this room. What I'll do, I'll directly go to the wall and cut an entrance. This can be done, though not ethical. You're supposed to represent the Autocad plan neatly instead of doing something on your own in Photoshop. Okay. Now, while doing that, what is the problem? See, this area is not tiled. So how can you correct that? Which layer is that? It is the study floor which you have to correct. If you you know, now this study floor is shown with the pattern overlay. Becomes all more easy. You can select this area cleanly. You can select this area. Give some fill or the other foreground color, some color you can just fill it. But you notice that the pattern overlay patches it up and fills that area also with marble. This is the beauty of it. Okay, so the mistakes which I created also helps me to teach a small topic correction. Okay. So here we have everything. Two things which I have left, three things which I have to show you. One is how to show this staircase. This is a little troublesome thing. Staircase is little, but not that difficult. Windows, I have to show you what to do for windows. And staircase, windows, slab. How will you show a slab? When that needs to be shown. Now, whenever required, you can bring this plan on top. There's no one stopping you from doing that. You will see the Autocad plan also on top. Nothing wrong. You can switch this off also. Okay. Now, if you see, there's a kitchen slab over here. So I like to create a new layer called kitchen slab, and simple with marquee tool. I will draw like this. Press shift in this corner also. Draw like this. Okay, so this is a kitchen slab area. I will fill it with some color now. Gray. Nothing wrong. Okay. Gray. Nothing wrong. I will, what I'll do is I will double click the kitchen slab as usual, pattern overlay, find if I can have some attractive slab, kitchen slab over there. Okay, okay, I'm going to blend the opacity of the background color and this, and I'm going to reduce the scale. Okay, let it be a kitchen slab like this. That looks good. Switch off this layer and I'll double click and give a drop shadow for the kitchen slab also, so that I will make people understand that it lays a shadow. The only thing is it should be below the wall. It should be below the wall. Kitchen slab is never above the wall, it is below the wall. So I just dragged kitchen slab and put it below the wall. So what else should I do? Let it be. Let this layer of my AutoCAD be there itself, so that I can see the other things which are. So number one, I have showed you how to show the kitchen slab. Even if the AutoCAD is not there, you'll understand this as a kitchen slab. Right? And now the second thing which I want to show you is definitely stairs, nothing else. So I'll create a new layer and I will call it step 01. Okay, step 01. Okay, so in step 01, I will just use a select, marquee selection, fill, definitely not a foreground, but a pattern. Okay, now I'll fill a foreground, let it be some color here to represent the step. Then I will double click and go to pattern overlay and select some kind of marble. Yeah, marble step, let it be anyway, I'm not building it. So I have the step here. Yeah, so this is step 1. Again, I'll give double click and give a drop shadow. Here, I'll move the shadow just downwards and then I will reduce the size of the shadow because, sorry, drop shadow. One thing you have to be very careful while working on this is you have to reduce the size of the shadow. It can be this much only. You got it? This much is only needed. Yeah. Now, step 1 is ready. Only thing is, step 1 is much above the wall. As I told you, nothing above wall. Wall is the first and foremost thing. Maybe you can drag this down below the wall. This is how it should look. Okay. Now, this thing over here, AutoCAD drawing is slightly disturbing us, but it doesn't matter. We need that now. Yeah. Now, what am I going to do? Step 1. Drag this, it will become step 2, 3, step 3. So you will get the shadow very clearly as and how it has to show if you are having a staircase over there. That is the interesting part. Okay. Now what I'll do this with this is I'll select all step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I'll select all of them and what I'll do, I'll give a link. Link means it is all, it can be, moved together, something like a group. Now I'll move the second set. You get it? Okay. So I have the second set. I will, okay, this is step 1, and this is the third set. This is below, okay, now I'll move this. So I definitely feel this method looks more appealing, lot more appealing than any other method that can be done for, yeah. So see, neatly you can see the step. Okay, here what you are going to do, bring that step here. Okay, Control T for transform. I'm sorry, press Shift and drag this to here. No problem. And again, remove the step here. Okay, and Control T transform. Okay, press Shift. Reduce the size of the step as and how it is necessary. Skip it there. Not perfect though. Again, I will use some more things. Directly align it. Yeah, you have it now. You can just simply move step by step. If you press Alt and just move it, it is going to be a copy of a layer. I forgot to tell you that. I assume that most of you will know that. Alt and just move. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just pressing Alt key and moving it and leaving it so that it will be a copy. Again press Alt, again move it, again bring it here, leave it, again press Alt, move it and leave it. It should be in move. Okay. Now again this one has to be kept here. Alt move and Control T for transform and press Alt, sorry, press Shift so that you can adjust this. Okay. Control T. So that is done. Your beautiful stack is here. The only thing you need to hide is the Autocad plan. After few work in Photoshop, now it looks like the Autocad plan itself is looking dirty. Okay. So now what else I have to do? I have to label it. I have to say type, and somewhere you have to just create a type, living room. Give the dimension. I'm not giving it now, but you have to give the dimension. I don't remember what is the dimension. I neither do have it in the AutoCAD drawing. So that is one mistake which I did. Kitchen. Again, press Alt and move it here. Toilet. Move it here. Press T and select and change it into study or something like that. So I've labeled it now. Isn't it okay? So it actually won't take this much of time because I'm narrating every step. It is taking time. Otherwise, it is quite a fast forward work for me. Maybe yeah, for you, first time it will take this much of time, and then it will all start. It will all become a very quick job for you. Okay. Now this is done. So I did 1, I did 2, I did 3, labeling and everything. Maybe if you want to show some railing kind of a thing over here, I would recommend you to, show the staircase. You can mark you. You can create a new layer, call it railing. That's up to you. And just do a mark you rectangle. Fill that with something, and give that again some drop shadow so that people will understand it is a railing. Done. So some of you would have intended to give lighting entering this beautiful room and things like that. You can go to render and you can effect. Oh, sorry. Press kitchen floor. Somewhere down, it's 100. So you can, when you don't know which is the layer you want, you can always select like this. On kitchen, I selected directly like this. Filter, render, lens, lighting effect. Now here is this thing. You can give lighting if you want to show. Okay, you got it. You can increase the intensity of lighting to highlight the lighting which is available in this room, things like that. I just give Control Z, I'm sorry. So you can do that, in fact. Okay, so here's the lighting. Okay. Okay, so the lighting will fall from this corner. The only problem now is, think I will have to show a new layer for that, because so it is going to be set like that. Okay, even if you switch off this effect, it will show this lighting. Only then it will show the lighting. Once you do a lighting, it is not going to be, the layer effects will not work. So that is why when I switch off the layer effect, the lighting works. That is why it was disappearing earlier. So if you really want to give lighting, you can give lighting like this and switch off the layer effect so that you will see how the lighting works. If you don't want, you can switch on the layer effects and remain with that like that. So I think I have done justice for what I have to. Yeah, this railing doesn't look that very attractive because I did it quickly. I can delete what is not needed. Selecting marquee tool and pressing delete. So, so that railing looks like railing and not like a brick. Okay. Yeah, now it is thin, slender, attractive, etc. etc. Okay. So all these small corrections you can always do. Yeah. So one thing which I forgot to show you is that the wall, yeah, the wall, but then I forgot to show you the window. I've not done any treatment for the window. See that? Create a new layer, window, and just zoom into that. It shows some gray color or something to represent it is low lying, isn't it? Reduce the opacity of that. Yeah, something like this you can show for the window. It need not have any shadow. So this is how you drag this. Oh, I showed you, sorry. And rotate it. Move it here. Just keep it in the place of window. Sorry. So you don't have to worry much about it. Drag like this. Yeah. So that it looks like a windowsill. That's all. Yeah. Is it here? There's some small discrepancy. Press Control T for transform and adjust that whole thing. Yeah, that's all. So definitely it should be below the wall. That is a must, but it is easy to tackle window. Okay, so we have the house ready. I'm going to save it. You can watch this video and try to render your plan. Though there may be a lot of small logical mistakes in the building, I'm not teaching you how to design a building. I'm trying to teach you Photoshop. So it has to be executed. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and you can try this in your when you want to impress someone with a good floor plan. Okay, thank you.